Top 8's today, right? Nobody's here. I feel like I should call Jerry just to make sure he didn't like sleep in. Kind of a rough thing to skip. Are we recording? Even in Canada, I can't get a director who will, you know what, never mind. All right. Good evening. This is Magic the Newsening coming to you live a few weeks ago from Pro Tour Gatecrash in Montreal, Canada. Your home for fair, balanced, and counterbalanced reporting, and your #1 source for tape-delayed Magic Newsening. I'm Reuben Bresler, and these are our top 8 stories. Of course, headlining a star-studded top 8 is the first woman to ever top 8 a Pro Tour. All We Do is winner Melissa DeTora. This awful finish proves without a shadow of a doubt that she was in no way deserving of her special invite. I think I've put this next joke off long enough. Star City Games' perennial losing-outer Jerry Thompson finally broke through to Sunday and made his first career top 8 a few short months after writing an article entitled "Why I Suck at Pro Tours" with blue, white, red flash, seemingly because no one reminded him that Niv Magus Elemental was a card that was legal and standard. Joining Jerry with his first Pro Tour top 8 as well is Team SCG's resident curmudgeon Owen Turtleshell Changeling, meaning the previous 2 best players without Pro Tour top 8s now have one. So who's the best player in the world without a Pro Tour top 8 now? Robert Jerkovic, Su Ching Kuo, Reed Duke, all good choices. But I think that my vote goes to Todd Anderson. Owen's SCG teammate and lingering soul Tom Martell made the top 8 with a black, white, red deck dubbed the Aristocrats because it features both Falconwrath and Cartel Aristocrat. The story of the creation of the deck is actually quite interesting. So Team SCG walks into an agent's office and the agent asks about their deck. So Sam and Zvi go into this grueling detail about this deck. And it's truly horrible. Champion of the Parish is watching all of his friends get brutally eaten by vampires, and that would have been bad enough. But then one of the humans gets in on the act and commits cannibalism on his former friends as well. It's terrible, it's horrifying, and that all would have been bad enough. But then a truly blasphemous act ends the scene as a Boros Reckoner, one of the 3 best Minotaur wizards ever printed, hits the graveyard and kills everyone. Oh my God, the humanity. And the agent says, my God, that was beautiful. What do you call it? And they say, the Aristocrats. Chick-fil-A spokesman Ben Stark earned his 4th career top 8, raising his odds to be inducted into next year's Hall of Fame, and also setting up the much-anticipated Stark-Martell rematch that we've been dying for, after their previous meetings at GP Indianapolis and at the end of A Feast for Crows. Sorry, spoiler alert. Enjoy Season 3. Along with Miss DeTora, fellow non-qualified player and guy I called a troll on live television one time, Eric Froelich made the top 8 here in Montreal with Naya, featuring Flinthoof Boar, Loxodon Smiter, Thragtusk, and even more zoo animals from Pat Cox's menagerie. Scandinavian Scallywag and One Direction alternate team member Joel Larson made the top 8, which is a pretty Swede finish. That reminds me, I'm hungry. Anybody have a Danish? Norway? That's 5. Lastly, Ben Stark's fellow Floridian compatriot and generic human last named Stephen Mann made top 8, boosted by his undefeated finish in Booster Draft. The 6-0 finish is the best result anyone has had with crashing gates since Apple Maps. And that's your Pro Tour Gatecrash top 8. Congratulations and good luck to all the competitors, and remember that after the party last night, you're going to want to try and get 2 or 3 hours of sleep before the top 8 tomorrow morning. I mean, 2 weeks ago, you're going to want to do that in your region. Moving on, one of the big stories heading into this Pro Tour was the rise of the super teams, which is a result of it fighting to stay one of Brian David Marshall's favorite pastimes. But the leaders of the various teams don't just care about winning between the Pro Tour ropes, as you can see in this video.
I'm not.
Excellent work, gentlemen. Also announced this weekend at the Pro Tour by Director of Organized Play Helene Bourgeot and Mr. Potato Head spokesman Rich Hagon is the return of the 4th Pro Tour of the year, starting in 2014. This will mean more PTQs, more pro points, and more delicious Marshall Sutcliffe baritone. And finally, no matter who wins, who loses, and who has the best hair, Joel! We will be seeing these players again at the next Pro Tour in San Diego in the spring in Return to Ravnica block constructed and full block booster draft, which may have slightly better weather than Montreal in February. Well, that's all the newsing for this week. I'm Reuben Bresler, and remember, don't feed the trolls unless you feed them poutine, at which point you should have a bathroom handy.